I got a DM on Instagram the other day and it really hit home for me. And this person asked me, I'm doing all of these things and I'm really feeling like I am on the right path, but it's so much work and it's so hard that I don't know. And sometimes I want to give up. So I know what that feels like. And believe me, no matter where you are in your business or your life, sometimes you still feel like you don't know what the heck you're doing. And I always feel like that. So I know what it feels like to feel like you're doing all the right things, but you still don't know if you're on the right path or if you should quit, give up, take a different direction, etc. So I wanted to make this video because I know that you might be feeling that same way. So I'm going to break down the signs of when you know you're on the right path and you just have to keep going. So if you're excited about this, hit that like button, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell for new videos every single week that we post right here on my channel. And we're gonna dive in. So the first thing, I wrote these all down in my notes because I was like, what are the signs? How do you really know when you're on the right path? Because I've been doing this for a while, over a decade now, which is crazy. And I know that it's, the beginning of the year and you're feeling like I've got these goals to hit and should I just give up on some of them or should I keep going? And so I really wanted to curate a good list of signs where you'll know that you're on the right path. So the first thing is that you're excited to wake up. If you are dragging your butt out of bed in the morning, sometimes you're just gonna be tired. I get that, we all have those days. But if you are consistently having a hard time waking up in the morning, then something just isn't right. Because if you're on the right path and you're excited about what you're doing in your life, you should be like, yes, I get to wake up and do this every day. And even if you're not quite where you want to be, the excitement of knowing that you're going to get there by waking up and taking action should help motivate you in the morning to get out of bed. So that's the first sign. Are you excited to get out of bed in the morning? If you're not, okay, that's time to check in. The next thing, you're in alignment and flow. Things seem to be flowing easily in your body. You feel really healthy and happy, and calm is a big thing. If you're feeling any sort of friction in your chest, in your body, in your life, in your relationships, you're not in flow and something's not quite right. So that is another sign that maybe you're not on the right path, or maybe there's someone in your life or something in your life that's holding you back from actually taking strides on the right path. So that's another sign that you want to take a look at. The next thing is you aren't going into a scroll hole. But now, this is a term that I use for when you're on Instagram or social media, and I find myself doing this, and I don't know if you can relate to this, let me know in the comments, but when I'm feeling stuck or I feel frustrated or I feel like I want to give up on something, I'll find myself procrastinating and getting into a scroll hole on Instagram and on Facebook for like an embarrassing amount of time. And whenever I do that, I know for me that it's a sign that something's not right. And I'm not in flow, I'm not in alignment, I'm not on the right path somewhere in my life. And I really have to make the space mentally to look at what's not working so I can get back on the right track. So if you're finding yourself scrolling for hours on end, or even for just like 15 minutes at a time, you might want to take a look at that, because that sometimes is just you procrastinating from dealing with the thing that's keeping you stuck. The next thing is you push through obstacles super easily. So when you're on the right path, you know that you're eventually going to get where you want to go, even if sometimes it feels hard. And even if obstacles come up, you're going to be able to move through them. But if you're not on the right path, you don't really have that motivation to like get over that obstacle, and it makes you just want to curl up in a ball and be done with it. Now, don't get me wrong. We all are allowed and deserve a pity party. If you're going through something hard and you're trying to reach a goal and something hard comes up or you have a difficulty in your way, it's okay to have a pity party for a day even. But after that, you get up, you figure a way around that obstacle or through it, and you just keep going. So if you find that you're pushing through obstacles easily, you're totally on the right path. The next thing is it's easy to make decisions. When you are fully in alignment with where you are in your life and where you're going, you know you're making the right decision, and it's easy for you to make decisions. So you're making fast decisions. If you have a really hard time making decisions, it generally means that you're unsure of yourself or you're unsure of the direction that you're going. Are any of these hitting home for you guys? Let me know with a like or a comment below this video. The next thing is that you're not watching the clock. So I know that when I'm on the right path, when I'm working on something I'm super excited about, I am able to work for a ridiculously long time and feel so in flow and so happy about it that hours go by and I'm like, holy crap, it's been 8 hours. And I do this every day, but when I'm really on the right path and I'm working on something that I'm so excited about, it's like time disappears. And that's another sign that you're on the right path. The next thing is you are tired. Of course you're tired. That makes sense. You're working for something that you want to achieve. You're gonna get tired, but you're not so tired that you stop. So you have this like sort of internal motivation or energy that just doesn't ever deplete itself. So I guess the right way to put it is that you're not feeling defeated or depleted. Even though you're working hard and you're mentally kind of tired, you still have energy to keep going. That energy is a clear sign to keep moving forward and that you are on the right track and on the right path. The next thing is you like being around the people closest to you, because oftentimes when you are feeling stuck or feeling like you're on the wrong path or on the wrong track, the people who are closest to you in your life can be like these huge mirrors, and they can basically just irritate the hell out of you because they can show you like the worst parts of yourself sometimes, or the things that you wish you were doing. So if you're finding yourself getting jealous of people around you or easily irritated with people around you, it's not about them. It's generally something to do with you. You're either jealous because they're doing something you want to do, or you're upset because they're holding you back from something you really want to do. So that is a sign that you're not on the right track, and you need to observe the relationships in your life, because they are all mirrors for yourself and the things that you want and the things that bug you most and the things that you feel like you're not doing enough of. So that's really important to pay attention to. The next thing is you easily cut off friendships or relationships that aren't serving you, because the reality is this: everything in your life is either going to help you get closer to what you want to achieve, or it's going to distract you or detract from what you want to achieve. That's just the cold hard truth. And it's okay if you want to have a night out with your friends. That's okay, but just know that there is an opportunity cost to that, and you might be a little hungover the next day. Therefore, you're not going to be able to work towards your goal. If you know that and you're okay with it, cool. But when you're on the right track, you're on the right path, it's super easy for you to turn down things that are going to detract from reaching your goals and cut off relationships or put relationships on hold or on pause because they're not serving that higher purpose that you want to achieve. The next thing is you're clear on your priorities, and there's no procrastination. So when you're on the right path and you're on the right track, it's really easy to identify what you need to be doing and what you don't need to be doing, because that's probably the bigger thing, is that we can procrastinate ourselves to death. But when you know you're on the right track, you know exactly what the next steps are. It's easy to identify them and it's easy to take action on them. And so you're not finding yourself in that scroll hole, or you're not finding yourself doing these things to procrastinate. If you haven't watched this video on how to stop procrastinating, make sure you check it out. And then the next thing I wanted to touch on is you know you're on the right track when you finally are hearing from other people, and this does take time, but when you start hearing from other people around you, wow, you're really killing it. Look at you go. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. And you shouldn't always be looking for external validation, but when people do start saying things like that, hear them and listen to them, because it's almost like they're little cheerleaders in your life to tell you you're doing the right thing, keep going. So even if you feel like it's hard, if there's other people around you who are like, wow, I can't believe you're able to accomplish that, or look at all the things that you've done, it's truly that you're on the right track and you're doing the right things. So don't second guess yourself. So I know that this time of year is a little challenging and tricky because we're all trying to figure out like where we want to go, what we want to achieve this year. And it can feel super overwhelming and daunting. And when everybody else is attacking their goals, you're sitting there being like, I don't even know if I'm doing the right things. So I get that and I feel you on it. So I hope this video is helpful in figuring out if you are on the right track. Let me know in the comments what your big takeaway was. Be sure to check out these videos to manifest what you really want this year, and also to make sure that you get unstuck and stop procrastinating. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for new videos every single week, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.